I will rise 1,000 times again.
Good morning and welcome to the Rise Up and Win call. My name is Dominique Scott, and we would like to welcome you on today. We are so excited about this morning. It is the Rise Up and Live call. Listen, we have the honor and the privilege of having none other than Sharita Leon, who is a 2-time best-selling author, whose books were on the bestseller list for over 2 years straight. She is a certified, that's right, certified Les Brown trained speaker and the protege of Les Brown. She is a relationship and business coach, entrepreneur, and internet marketing strategy coach. So I would like to introduce to some and present to others none other than Coach Sharita Leon. Are you on the line, Sharita?
Yes. Can you hear me, Miss Dominique?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the Rise Up and Live. We are ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are ready to rise up and live. I want to share something with you guys this morning. You know, millions around the country this weekend will be celebrating and the acknowledgement of our independence here in America. And we're celebrating the fact that we're free. We have the freedom of speech, freedom to have the religion that we want, just freedom to be who we are. So according to our Constitution, right? And so this morning what I want to share with you all is it's time for you to declare your independence. It's time for you to declare independence from lack, the independence of depression, independence from scrutiny, independence from the fear and the thoughts of what others think about you, but the fear of not even living. It's time to declare your independence. You know, so many of us go out through life not even knowing really who we are. We've molded into what someone else spoke about us, what they told us we could have, what we could do, what our parents said, what our siblings did as careers, you know, and we still don't know who we are. And so we have to find out today who we are and declare our independence, declare what has been keeping us from where we were and to who we need to be. See, there are a couple of things that take place when a country is looking to seek their independence. Right? And so first of all, you think about this. They first have to acknowledge the fact that we need to be free. They're not okay with someone else telling them what to do, what they can't do, what land is there. They need to be free. They need their own identity. And so I want you to realize that, well, what do you need to be free from? What is it that you actually need to acknowledge that you need to be free? But see, what happens is a lot of times we don't realize there's first a problem, there cannot be a solution. So if you first think it's okay to be in a relationship when someone is hurting you, verbally, physically, or otherwise, then you don't know that there's freedom on the other end of that. You don't know that you could be free and independent from that bad relationship. You got to first acknowledge it. If you don't acknowledge the fact that living paycheck to paycheck is a problem, you'll never know that there's a cure to that. If you don't first acknowledge that the way you are in your health is not okay, then you won't know that you can actually be healthy. You have to acknowledge the problem. See, you know, your 4-step system, whether you're going to an AA meeting or you're dealing with grief, you know, the first thing you have to realize is there's a problem. Acknowledging. What do you have to acknowledge that's hurting you, that's keeping you in bondage, that's not allowing you to move forward? What is that thing? What is it when you see other people win, you feel a little, you know, funny about it? What is it? Even you want to be happy for them, but you can't. What is that thing? What have you not acknowledged in your life that's hurting you? What is it that's hurting you and keeping you back from where you need to be? Acknowledge the problem. Acknowledge how you feel when you walk into a room and you see that person that broke your heart. Acknowledge it. We do too well of ignoring things and sweeping it under the rug. It's time to acknowledge something. See, I'm not going to lie to you guys. You know, I was one of those people growing up. My friend from high school would say, Sharita, you're ignoring again. You're ignoring. And what she was saying was there were things happening in my life that I would not acknowledge. I would act as if it wasn't there, but then it would show up in other areas in my life. And how many of you know until you actually acknowledge that thing, address it, it's going to continue to show up and you'll never become who you need to become and walk and have the potential that you actually have within you. So number one, guys, when dealing with getting your independence, you must acknowledge that you need to be free. I can't tell you how many people right now are walking around in life just existing, thinking that where they are is okay simply because they don't even acknowledge the fact that there could be more. More in their studies, more in their health, more in their finances, more in joy. Some people literally believe that there's nothing to be happy about. They literally believe that life is just what it is and it won't change. They don't acknowledge that there's a way out. So number one, Today, I need you to realize and acknowledge, what is it that's holding me back? Is it fear? Is it procrastination? Is it lying? Is it stealing? Is it, playing the pity party? Whatever that thing is, today you must acknowledge it. Number 2, when you're talking about independence, you need a game plan. You need a strategy. No one goes into war just to go in not knowing what they're going to do. There are experts in their field in the military that come together with their intelligence to figure out a way to actually beat their opponent, to win the victory. What is your strategy plan to gain independence in your life, to being independent from lack, poverty, hurt, pain, whatever? What is the strategy? See, it's not enough to want something, to desire something. See, America could have wanted their independence a long time ago, right? But it means absolutely nothing until they actually go out there and do something, create a strategy to win. You must create a strategy in life to get to where you want to go, right? Too often we have a lot of wishes and dreams, but then there's no goals to go with that, practical goals, step-by-step things to actually accomplish what you want in life. What is the strategy plan? Like, have you really sat down to think about, okay, if 1 + 1 = 2, I need to start adding 1 + 1. What is it? It's a strategy for you to get a coach. It's a strategy for you to go back to school. It's a strategy for you to go ahead and start another business. It's a strategy for you to go and get away from all the people that you hang around with. Because how many of you know you are who you hang around with? Don't be the person that hangs around a whole bunch of pigeons trying to figure out why can't you fly like an eagle. You must have a strategy plan. You must have a strategy. And then with your strategy, guys, you need some allies. You need some allies. Every good war, every good country knows that they need an ally to help them because you can't do it on your own. See, the misconception that we have is that I can do this on myself. I don't need anybody. And that's a false way of thinking because you can't win by yourself. Everyone needs someone to help them along their journey. Your job is to ensure that you are with someone that can actually help you get there. No one tries to find an ally that is not suitable or strong enough to actually help them. When you have an ally, you realize, okay, this is my weakness, but this is where they're strong. So together, there are no weaknesses. What is it or who is it that you need to be around that can assist you with having the right allies? Who can you partner up with? It's not enough for you to hang out with Pookie and them and even your mama, though you love her, but if she does not know how to win in a particular area in your life, you cannot hear what she has to say. Too often we allow subconsciously our mentors to be people that we grew up with. But if who I grew up with cannot tell me how to be who I need to be to become the person that I know God has called me to be, I cannot listen to your advice. I love you. You may be great in another area, but you can't help me. And so I'm going to respectfully decline your advice right now. And you got to realize this, guys. Many of you listening to this call today are entrepreneurs. And I did a video about this on my Facebook page last night. The entrepreneurial spirit, that person is not like everybody else. See, that entrepreneur is a visionary. And when you're a visionary, when you're going after a war and you're going to win it in your life, you got to realize that everybody else can't see what you see. So your ideas, your concepts, the plan that you have, many will tell you it can't be done. But you can't listen to what they're saying. They are not your allies, though they may mean well. You have to strategically pick who you want to associate yourself with friends, and even with family. Use that to your advantage. You have to know who can help you win and who can't, because if not, you will still be in bondage, letting someone else tell you what you can and cannot have. If we did not have visionaries like the Wright brothers, we'll never be on a plane. If it wasn't for Bill Gates, what would we be like right now in technology? We have to keep our mind focused and have the right allies. Number 3, guys, no one wins a war or wins their independence without a fight. No one wins without a fight. So in life, you're going to have things that are going to come to try to oppose you. There will be things that keep you from your destiny. There will be things that seem so far-fetched from actually walking through that line of victory. But you have got to fight. There's something about someone that is resilient. You see, I'm a sports fan, and I love the UFC, right? And there is something to say when you watch someone going through 4 rounds and they seem like they're losing, like the endurance, the stamina is going down. But for some reason, some way, somehow, they get to that 5th round and somehow get someone to tap out, someone to actually win. They somehow get that submission. They somehow win that fight. You figure, you look at them and you say, how in the world did you manage to stay number 1 5 rounds? Let's pause there for a moment. See, some of you right now should be excited because of the fact that you're still here. Most people that went through what you went through would have died a long time ago. They would have lost their mind a long time ago. They would have called quits a long time ago, but you're still here in your right mind. And so you've already got part of the victory, right? And so you watch the person fighting, and you're like, oh, my gosh, you thought he was going to quit a long time ago. You thought the ref was going to have to say, let's shut this thing down. But somehow they built up the stamina just enough time to get back to that waiting period and then get it to the 5th round, and somehow they win. Somehow they win. That is how it is for you. In your fight to get independent, in that war of your life, there will be casualties, guys. You will have to walk over those that have been killed and murdered, spiritually, mentally, and even otherwise, right? Think about this in war. I went the other day to go watch the movie Free State of Jones. And it was so graphic in that as these guys were fighting, the movie starts, and they're fighting in the war, right? In the battle, and here they are fighting, and they're walking literally towards their enemy's camp. They're walking towards the enemy's camp, and they know that they're not suitable enough to actually win. But here they are with a focused mind, everyone in unison, walking, knowing that they couldn't make it. But the tenacity that they had to go forward was amazing. And in that, there were some that made it and some that didn't. But those that were making it had to walk over the casualties and had to keep their mind focused. How many of you will stay focused when people are talking about you? Focus when your bills still aren't paid. Focus walking through the adversities in life. When you lose a loved one, when you lose your job, will you continue to be focused and walk over that and realize that, yes, through it all, through the fight, there will be those that cannot come up with me. But even so, I have to rise. And so you got to realize, guys, that you got to fight. Fighting is not always easy. And in fact, it's never easy, right? But you have got to get the stamina up. What are you doing to build up your stamina? What personal development are you tuning into? What spiritual development do you have in your life? What is it that you're doing to ensure that you're able to build up your stamina so that when the fight of life comes, you're able to win, to be laser focused, to ensure that you get to the actual other side, that you walk through that banner, know that you won, that the drums can play, the trumpet can sound because you won. What is it you're doing to stay focused to win the fight? Build your endurance. You got to keep yourself going. And number 4, guys, when a country declares their independence and they win the victory, they then create the declaration. After you've done the steps that I shared with you this morning, you must create a declaration. Declare what you are free from. Write it down so that others will always know what you got yourself out of, so that you remind yourself that I made it out of this situation. And because I made it out of that situation, I then know that I am free from it, that I won't be back here again, that others would see it and recognize the acknowledgement. You will every single year celebrate as we do today or this weekend, right? Declare your independence. Write it out. Scream it out. Declare it. Be excited. Get the fireworks. Too often we don't celebrate ourselves. We celebrate everybody else, other things, but we don't celebrate ourselves. You need to celebrate you. Be mindful of what you've accomplished. Be mindful of what is out there for you. Be mindful of what you've done. Celebrate. And remind yourself each and every year of what you've done. Remember your day of freedom. Remember your day of freedom. And if you've been free, you can't go back. This declaration said that we're free. We're not going back. There's no way Great Britain to come and try to come over the U.S. again. It's not happening. We are free. What are you free from today? This weekend, as you celebrate, you eat your hot dogs, your ribs, and your barbecue chicken. What are you personally free from? What are you declaring your independence from this morning? And whatever that thing is, you declare it. You write it down. You show the world. And you be excited for what you've done. Because it's truly your time to rise up and live. Ms. Dominique, I give it back to you.
Wow. Wow. That was amazing. Oh, my God. Oh, this is our independence. That was such a great, great inspirational message. Thank you so much, Coach Sharita. The only thing that comes in my spirit is an old song that says, we gotta fight and hold up our bloodstained banner. And I thank you so much for sharing that message. I am inspired. I am going to go write it down. I am going to declare, and I'm challenging each and every person that is on this call, as Coach Sharita has instructed